What's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to go over my current motorcycle vlogging setup. Now the purpose of this video is to hopefully help some of you out that might be looking to get into motor vlogging, or maybe you have already started motor vlogging and you're just struggling with your audio to sound right. Maybe this video will help you out. So just a quick little backstory. I've been trying to get into motor vlogging because I've been wanting to do it for a long time. I love motorcycles. I love being out on the road. I've had Harleys over the years. I've had sport bikes. I currently have a 2016 Street Glide build that I've been working on over there. I have a 2021 Riker 900 over here. I just love motorcycles and being on the road, and I would love to start branching out my YouTube channel doing some more motor vlogging. However, the problem that I've been having is I cannot find a setup that sounds good. I currently have a few different helmets that I use. I currently have a GoPro Hero 10. I have the ULANZI metal cage bracket that holds the GoPro 10 that actually has the bracket at the bottom to where you can fit in the GoPro Mic Adapter. I have all that, but the problem has been the microphone. I swear I've tried several microphones. I've tried the Purple Panda, I've tried the $10 mics, I've tried the $15 mics, I've tried the $30 and $40 mics. I just can't get anything that sounds good. I've tried different positions of placing the microphone in my helmet. I've tried the foam cover for the microphone. I've even tried mini dead cats or that little furry muff. I've tried all that. I just can't get anything to sound good. I kept getting a lot of clipping and popping in my voice. I kept getting a lot of wind noise. It just sounded horrible. And I gotta say, it's been very frustrating. I keep going out on the road on my motorcycles, filming all kinds of content, having discussions, only to come home to find out that the audio sounds absolutely horrible. And then I just delete it all and then I start over. And I've been doing that over and over and over. So I started thinking that maybe everybody else is having the same situation and they just fix the audio with post-edit production. So when they actually upload their videos, they're using all this high-end film editing software to fix the audio. But I really just don't want to get into all of that. I just don't have the time because I have a full-time job. I got 3 kids. We're running them back and forth to all of their different activities. I'm working on house repairs and custom things that I'm doing on the house. I'm working on my trucks, I'm working on my motorcycles. I just don't have a lot of time to sit there and edit videos professionally, and I don't feel like paying money to somebody to do it for me. So I try to keep things very simple and easy. And I gotta be honest, I was getting ready to give up on the whole idea of trying to get into motor vlogging. But I didn't give up. I kept going through all these different videos on YouTube, trying to get opinions from other people that have successful motor vlogging videos out there to find out what they're doing. But I did come across a very interesting video, and I gotta say, I don't remember exactly where I seen it, but I didn't come up with this idea, somebody else did, and I seen that video and I wanted to give it a try. So basically the microphone setup that this person was explaining was, you don't have to go crazy with all these really expensive high-end microphones. All you need is an old set of Apple earbuds. And I'm talking about the old set, like back in the day of like the iPhone 5 or the iPhone 6, back when they actually had the 3.5 millimeter headphone jack on the iPhone. You need a set of those earbuds where they had the earbuds with the little microphone that's in the wire that comes down right below the earbud. Get yourself a set of one of those. Now you could get these earbuds pretty much anywhere. You could buy them used or new online, but I've had iPhones from the very beginning. So I went back up in my little bag that I keep all my cords and stuff in, and I actually had a couple sets laying around. So I figured, why not? I've tried everything else. Why not try the simplest method and see if this works? So without further ado, let's jump in and let's see how this sounds. Okay, so let's just go ahead and take a quick look at my current setup. So I have the GoPro 10, which is right here. I have the ULANZI metal cage bracket that comes with the bottom bracket that holds the GoPro microphone adapter. Now I've done videos on this before, but one of the main reasons I like this ULANZI cage over the GoPro Media mod is because you have easy access to your battery and memory card. So all you gotta do is unplug this, take your little door here, pull it down, pop it off, battery and memory card. So if you need to change the battery, which we all know these batteries don't last very long, you can swap out batteries very quick and easy when you're done. Pop this bracket back in, slide it in, plug it in, you're back ready to go. That's why I like this metal cage over the medium one. But again, I am using the GoPro microphone adapter here. I have it hooked up to my GoPro mount right here, all right? And then over here is my helmet that I'm using. So it's a basic Icon helmet. It has the adjustable vent right here. It has some vents on the front. There's one right here, here, and over here, but they don't open or close. They're always open. It has the nose shield here that helps from fogging up your windshield here. And it does have a vent on the back here that again does not open and close, but it does have this button here that brings down the shades inside the helmet by just flipping this button here like that. So you have that. So it's a very basic helmet, and I liked it because for one, it was only about 120 bucks, but it had a flat front chin here, but it did make mounting the GoPro bracket here with the 3M tape much easier. Okay, so it's on there, and then when I want to hook up my GoPro, I just slide it on, boom, done. It's that simple and easy. Okay, that's what it looks like. So nothing major there. But the problem, as I mentioned before, is that I've went through so many microphones, I could not get anything to sound good. So as I mentioned in that video, I came across a YouTube video. I don't remember exactly who it was, but it was an old video from like several years ago that said you don't need any fancy lapel mic. You don't need anything crazy like that. You just need an old set of Apple earbuds, which I have another set over here. I had actually multiple ones of these laying in my closet from not ever being used from a long time ago, because once Apple iPhone got rid of the 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, they switched over to the AirPods, and nobody ever used these anymore. So I had these just laying around, and I thought, man, I never thought about using these because they have a really good microphone. Here, let me just open this up. So here's basically what you do. Okay, these are just a brand new set from old ones I had laying around. Okay, so you're gonna unravel them like so. Okay, so this is what you're left with, right? So what you're gonna do is this main part here, okay? You gotta pay attention to right here. Straighten your cords out like so. Hold this little Y right here where the single goes into the double. Hold that, keep that nice and straight. Then what you wanna do is right here, cut those off. And then you can actually tape this up to about here or so. Now what you might wanna do is leave a little bit right here past the microphone on, that way you have something to possibly tape to your helmet. I didn't do that, I cut mine right here. Okay, both wires, but leave the microphone attached to the cord with the plug, okay? You're only cutting this little bit off, okay? And then what I did was I had an old, like, you know, you got these dead cat things they use here for microphones. I had a bigger one that was like this that I used for a microphone like this that I used to use on my phone. But the problem is when I used to use this shotgun microphone on some of my videos, if I was ever outside and I used this, you know, this dead cat thing, you would see this fur dangling in the actual camera lens. So I just honestly never really used it anymore. So what I did was I cut it in half, and then it had this big foam cover inside. So I just took that out, cut that dead cat in half, right? So then what I did was after I cut those headphones off about right here, just the last few inches, I taped up my wire from the Y right here up to the microphone, had a nice sheathing there taped with electrical tape. So at the microphone, what I did was I took my scissors and I just cut a small piece of this foam. So what I did was I just cut a small chunk off, kind of like maybe this size, you know, nothing big, okay, something like that. And then I took a pair of scissors and just shoved the scissor down into the foam, creating like a little pocket. And then I basically slid the microphone into this little pocket I created like that. And then what I did, once the microphone was inside this foam block, I then wrapped it all up like this, like a little burrito, like that. And then I just took a rubber band and wrapped the rubber band around, holding this all together. And once that was held together, I then just took a zip tie and zip tied this microphone to the front of my cheek pad, which you could probably see right there. Okay, so all I did was take the microphone up against the front of the cheek pad and zip tied it into the cheek pad like that and tucked all the wire behind. I don't know if you can see, it's kind of like right behind this earpiece down here. You can kind of see the wires back there. But I have the excess wire tucked behind the cheek pad, and then I have the wire coming out the bottom like that. And then I basically just used a little piece of black duct tape along the side, and that way when I put my camera into the front mount, I just take my plug here, plug it in, and we're good to go. So now that we have that, let's go ahead and test that out. Now again, the main reason for me doing it this way is because I've been doing this several times on several different mics. I wanted to try something a little different and double up the wind coverage for this mic. So I covered it with the foam and I covered it with the furry cover here, and then I zip tied it to the front of the cheek pad. I did not tape it to the outer shell, and I did not tuck it inside the cheek pad because you really don't want this microphone touching the outer shell of your helmet, because a lot of times the noise from the wind will actually make a lot of noise on your outside of your helmet, and sometimes that vibrational noise can transfer in to the microphone, and the microphone will pick up some distortion. So I didn't want this mounted to the outer shell, so I basically zip tied it to the front of the cheek pad, and I think this is gonna work out a lot better. So why don't we go head out, hop on the Riker real quick, and just take it for a quick spin and see if the audio quality sounds better using a very cheap DIY Motovlog microphone, using just an old pair of Apple earbuds.
So we're gonna go ahead and take the Riker out for a quick spin. We're just going to go take it around the block, and we're going to go try this microphone out. Okay, here we go. We're going to try this out, and hopefully this works. Okay, we're going to shut the windshield. All right, here we go. Let's go ahead and try it out and see if this works. I'm really hoping that doubling up the microphone with the foam cover and then covering that foam cover with the dead cat, I'm hoping that the combination of the two will actually help stop some of the wind noise and stop some of the audio clipping when you're speaking. Because keep in mind, your microphone is right to the side of your mouth. So when the microphone's right beside your mouth, sometimes, you know, you get the tendency to speak certain words or emphasize certain words with your voice. And sometimes that peak of your voice can cause a lot of audio clipping. But what I did was I had a large foam cover for the shotgun mic that I had that I never used, and it was real thick. So I cut a small chunk out so it was just kind of like a square block, and I took a pair of scissors and then I basically just shoved one side of the scissors down into the foam, creating like a little pocket for the microphone to slide in. So I did that first, and I put the microphone into the pocket. And then I took the furry dead cat piece that I had, wrapped it up like a little burrito, and then I just used a small gum band and wrapped the gum band around the furry cover. That way it held everything nice and tight together. And then I just took a larger gum band and wrapped it around the entire mic through the cheek pad and tied it in a knot. That way the gum band's holding the microphone up against the cheek pad, and this way the microphone is not pressed up against the side of the helmet, because again, when your microphone's set up along the side of your helmet, it's going to actually transfer the noise from the wind on the outside of your helmet into the helmet and pick it up in the mic. But again, I was just riding 40-50 miles an hour there and talking the whole time, and it seems to sound pretty good. So overall, I'd say this cheap little DIY Motovlog mic setup was a success. I think it sounds pretty good.
Okay everybody, so there you go. As you can see, the audio quality with this Apple earbud sounds pretty decent. I gotta say, it's not perfect, But I've tested about several different mics on this same helmet going out on the same path that we took today, and the audio quality on all of them sounded horrendous. I had a lot of popping and cracking in my voice. The wind was horrible. It just really didn't do a good job in audio quality. So I honestly have no idea how a lot of these other people out there with these very popular motovlog channels sound so good with these setups that they're talking about, unless they have a really good helmet that does a very good job at blocking wind. That's a possibility. Or they're doing a lot of editing in their post-production, which is possible as well. I don't know. I've actually commented on some of their videos to find out exactly what they're doing, and I haven't really heard back from anybody. But I just wanted to show you guys that this cheap homemade microphone setup works pretty good. The sound and audio quality is pretty good. My voice is pretty clear. You could still hear the sound of the engine of the bike. You can actually understand what I'm trying to say without too much sound interference. And I gotta say, it doesn't sound bad at all. And I'm gonna be sticking with this setup for a little while, and I'm gonna try different positions of where I should put the mic in my helmet to see if it sounds any better or worse. But so far, I'm really happy with this setup. So again, you could get a pretty decent sounding mic in your helmet vlogging setup with just an old set of Apple earbuds. So hopefully this video helps some of you out. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button and like this video. If you have any questions, put them in the comments section and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And also, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell because it definitely helps me out and I greatly appreciate it. So that's it for today's video. I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you. Thank you. I truly appreciate you all. And as always, see you in the next video.